overcompensating. What is that? How do you deal with it? It's actually a very interesting topic, and most importantly, it's a subtle point. It's a subtle point to understand. So overcompensation in this scenario, in this video, is more about over pushing the boundaries, over pushing on your work, on your relationships, or whatever it may be. In this example and in this video, overcompensating is actually a person, for example, the salesman who tries to sell you something, just really, really intense, just come on, man, just trying to get into you, and you feel very annoyed, you feel violated, basically. The overcompensating guy is if you're a woman, and you get hit up by a guy, and he's just trying so hard, and he's trying to touch you out of, point zero, basically, and you feel creeped out by him. Like, what is that? Well, we all get into the habit of overcompensating for something, and most of the time it happens to a segment of our lives in which we feel underaccomplished. So, we feel that we have to, get back at someone, just to do more in a short time because we didn't do it before or something like that. This is the essence of overcompensating. However, overcompensating it isn't productive, and it isn't even healthy. So if you catch yourself basically overcompensating on some issue, even if it's some work or project that you're doing, and while deadlines are one thing, when you're actually over pushing yourself, you get into a needy, desperate state, and from that state, basically, pretty much nothing decent comes. So that's why it's important to recognize moments in which you actually start overcompensating for the issues in your life. Uh, I definitely noticed this in myself, and the way that I do this, I try to sort of make it sort of a ADD friendly, where I do some sort of a work, and then I start feeling that I'm starting to overcompensate. And how do you feel when you're starting to overcompensate? You get into the state where, like, oh shit, I gotta do it, like I have no time, all of this shit. This is bullshit. It's not productive, it's not efficient, and it costs energy, way too much energy than you would need to actually finish the task. Uh, so obviously it's not an easy fix. It's not easy to just get rid of it. But I think one of the most important things to understand is that actually start looking at yourself and start observing how this is not really useful to you, and actually it's even harmful, like, because you can burn out. Then this is what happens when some guy or girl starts working out just before summer or after the New Year's resolution, and they go like, I'll go to the gym 5 times a week. And what happens then? They don't fucking do it. They get tired, they burn out. This is overcompensation. Don't overcompensate. Great strength comes from realizing the position that you are in and moving steadily from that position. This is why you have so many sayings about that you shouldn't hurry, and the one who doesn't hurry gets there first, and so on and so forth. The problem with the guy who's in a too much of a rush is that he will skip through the essentials, and he'll try to get to higher base without mastering the essentials. And what will happen in any area is that he will get these burnout episodes where he tries really hard, and then he burns out and he crashes, and then it takes him days or weeks or whatever to recoup, and after that he does it all again. Just think about this. Like, what is this? Is actually, I think, is a quotation from, not a direct quotation, paraphrased from some book on Sufism, and it talked like that any manifestation, any realization is like a cake. You don't want to turn up the heat all the way when you're baking a cake. Why would you do that? It will burn. Your cake will burn, it will be useless. You don't want too much of it as well. So what you want is that nice little middle ground, and you have to be able to recognize it. So when you do get overcompensating, go to nature like I did right now, or do some sports, do something else. Don't overcompensate. It will waste you energy and resources in the long term. So enough of this. If you have a question, ask me below, like me below, subscribe to me sideways there or there. I don't know. And you know what? I have a Facebook group where we discuss these topics more in depth. So if you're into this, do join the Facebook group. Cheers.